What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Pleeka podcast. I'm Jerome.
And I'm Nick.
And today we're talking about Thor Ragnarok.
Dun dun dun.
So as we do every podcast, we talk about the trivia of the movie. We only got a couple this week, but the scene where Thor meets Hulk, and he goes, "Oh, that's a friend from work." There's a Make-A-Wish kid on the set that day, and he went up to Thor and was like, "Oh, you should say he's a friend from work," and like got all into it. So then Thor went up to the director and was like, "Yeah, we should do that."
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, there was a lot
Or
of
it's
improv.
Chris Hemsworth. I guess his name's not really Thor.
It's not. I mean, I assume there's a lot in this
Yeah,
movie.
my next note, actually going right into that, is Taika Waititi said in an interview with MTV News that he would say that they improv'd probably 80% of the film.
What's his name?
Taika Waititi.
I'm glad you said that.
I like quite a bit of his movies. This is probably my favorite one. But
What other movies has he done? I don't know.
he's in What We Do in the Shadows, and there's something else that he does that I can't think of what it is.
Oh.
But I went to Macy's house and watched that with them. It was actually really, really funny.
Oh, I've not heard of it.
But that you could actually really tell that they improv like 80% of the movie
Oh, yeah, for
while
sure.
watching it.
Yeah.
This is 100% like they said, like, but they always say like, "Oh, this is our first whatever," and you're like, okay.
Yeah.
But they said this is their first comedy, and it really is. But I'm really looking forward to like what they do
you don't
next.
consider Ant-Man a comedy?
No, I consider that a movie that has funny moments.
Okay.
'Cause like that's like this is a comedy, like you said. It seems like they don't care what the plot whatsoever.
Yeah,
That
to
people
me,
in the movie.
To me, it almost went too far.
See, but
But it was good.
a counter to that is you wouldn't say that about Deadpool. And I think it's just because
No.
you're not used to this character acting like that. And I think that's why you felt that way.
Well, it is odd to have him do it 3 movies in.
I think
4
I
if you
think
count, 5 if you count Avengers.
like this is actually his 6th appearance in a movie.
What's this?
I don't remember what they were, but that's what one of the trivias was. This is his 6th appearance. I guess maybe if they count Doctor Strange at the end.
Well, that's lame because it's actually a clip from this movie.
Yeah. Which funny actually is that they recorded that. They did that for this movie, and the Taika Waititi stepped in before they demolished the sets of Doctor Strange. He's like, "Wait, I want to do this thing with Thor here," and he meets him and all that. So they filmed all that, and they thought it was so good. They're like, "We can't just use it in this movie. Let's put that actually as the end credit scene in
really?
Doctor Strange because they liked it so much." So they did that as a little teaser there. So there was gonna be something different at the end of Doctor Strange, and then they swapped that in.
That's interesting.
Yeah. But I think it's because like he's a new character doing comedy like that, and it's different, and we're not used to that in this universe. But I think it worked very well.
It worked good, and I liked the movie.
Yeah.
I just think that sometimes it was like, okay, it's a little goofy. Like, you know what I mean?
Oh, see, I didn't feel that way at all, but I could understand that someone would.
Yeah. I felt like at some points it was like.
To me, it felt like almost like a breath of fresh air. Like, not that these movies are bad or anything, but because it was something actually different. Because these movies, for the most part, a lot of these movies kind of follow the same formula, which is why they're all good. Because they all, it's all working,
and
so
it
they keep
changes
going.
a little bit as they go.
Yeah, but I felt like this and like as their newer movies are coming out, like I think like Spider-Man, Black Panther, they're kind of getting different people to make them.
Yeah.
And like it's just really interesting, but I really like that. And then my last note, which is it's kind of a trivia, not really. It's that Luke Hemsworth plays Thor in the Asgardian play, which I almost didn't recognize him.
Oh, me too.
It took me a minute.
I asked you because I figured you would look it up.
Yeah, it took me a minute, and I was like, "Oh my God, that is his brother from Westworld."
Yeah.
I always forget his name.
Well,
I just think of him as like, "Oh, that's Chris Hemsworth's brother in Westworld."
And to be fair, he's fighting Loki,
Yeah,
played by Matt Damon.
yeah,
So you're not gonna notice the guy from Westworld.
yeah. I know. You're like, "What the fuck is Matt Damon doing in here?" So the next thing we usually do every week is we rank our MCU movies. And last week you made me go first, so I think it's only fair you go first this week.
Well, thanks for warning me, prick. So this is the final rankings, except for Avengers.
We probably won't rank them during Avengers because like we'll just be talking about Avengers, Infinity War. It's so weird.
Oh, you always go, is this one better than that? So
Yeah.
don't lie to me. All right, this is my final rank.
All right.
Number 1, Civil War. 2, I fucked that up. 2, Winter Soldier. 3, and then Ant-Man, Guardians of the Galaxy, Thor Ragnarok, Spider-Man Homecoming, Avengers, Captain America, Iron Man, Black Panther, Thor, Guardians of the Galaxy 2, Doctor Strange, Avengers 2, Iron Man 2, Thor 2, Iron Man 3, and then The Incredible Hulk.
Oh, okay.
You got anything to say about that?
No, I actually thought your Thor Ragnarok was going to be lower. I was pleasantly surprised.
Well,
what it was.
if you remember, I went to rank it before we started this,
Yeah.
and I was like trying to figure out where to put it, like whatever, and then I was gonna rank it below Spider-Man, but I said no, because when I was watching, I was like, oh, this is really funny. And I wanted
Yeah.
in the beginning,
Which, just so everybody knows, this was our first time watching this movie. No, for most of these movies except for Black Panther, it was a rewatch for everything.
yeah.
This was our first time watching it, and it's because like we were gonna go see it, and then we started this podcast, and we were like, well, might as well fucking wait now and then watch it as our first time on here.
Yeah, we got enough shit to do.
Yeah.
So, I wanted to put it like above Spider-Man: Homecoming. I mean, obviously I like them both, but
Mhm.
I think they're similar.
They are.
They're both
Yeah.
new. They're both funny.
They're both
Um,
like very different styles compared to the other films in the universe.
Yeah. I just thought it was a little better.
Okay.
And it had, like, the bad guy was good in Thor, but the bad guy was great in Spider-Man.
Yeah.
I think Thor's probably a little. I don't know. It's hard.
For Thor, which is it's kind of weird to say, the bad guy in the plot didn't really matter as much. Like
No.
it did, but it didn't.
Right.
And in Spider-Man, like that, the plot is like one of the best parts of the movie because it's very, very good.
Yeah. Well, and where Spider-Man only has Iron Man in it, Thor has a bunch of people in it.
Yeah, well, because it's all Thor is also the third one in the series. We've kind of known all these
Yeah.
characters, even though a lot of them act very different in this film.
Yeah.
But yeah, it has some
I mean,
time.
Loki's in everything, but Hulk's not in
Yeah,
everything.
yeah.
And then even if you take the bad guys, and then you add that new character. What's her name?
Valkyrie.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really liked her, by the way.
Yeah.
The only other thing I've seen her in is Westworld, so I'm looking forward to her and Chris Hemsworth
Oh,
being
you
in
haven't
Men in
seen
Black.
Creed yet?
Oh, I forgot she's in Creed. You said
I was
that
fucking
earlier.
with you.
So we're gonna do my ranking now from bottom to top. Very bottom movie.
I went from top to bottom.
Yeah, no, I'm doing it differently. Thor: The Dark World,
Hey, you're stupid.
Incredible Hulk,
Okay.
Iron Man 2, Iron Man 3,
I still don't understand that.
Thor, Iron Man, Ant-Man, Black Panther, Captain America,
'Kay.
Avengers, Winter Soldier, Avengers: Age of Ultron, Doctor Strange, Civil War,
Wow.
Guardians of the Galaxy, Guardians of the Galaxy 2,
That's stupid.
Thor: Ragnarok, and then Spider-Man: Homecoming is still number 1.
Well, obviously I have a better list than you.
That's just an opinion, dog.
Yeah, it's my opinion.
You know, we say in this court, keep your opinions to yourself.
What court is that?
My b-ball court.
Okay, you want to move on to something else then? Because we've seen you play b-ball. Show a
Shoot.
little clip of there you making a three-pointer.
Nah. All right. Thor: Ragnarok, directed by Taika Waititi. Budget was $180 million. In the box office, it made $854 million.
Oh, that's quite a bit. I didn't think it'd be that
Yeah.
much.
I was.
It's got good word of mouth, though.
Yeah. Which is still surprising that we still didn't go see it, even though
Well, I blame you.
because we saw Justice League.
Yeah.
Yeah, bad decision on my part. The opening of the movie might be the best opening of an MCU film. Thor is talking to a skeleton and then drops down to a fire demon named Surtur. I really, really liked when he drops down to that guy and the guy's like, Thor, son of Odin, blah, blah, and Thor's like, son of a bitch, you're still alive. I thought my father killed you. Right there, you're like, oh, this is a different movie.
Oh, for sure.
Especially when he's like, oh, I bet you're wondering how poor Thor got put in this cage. And like he's talking all that, you're like, what the fuck?
Yeah, he's goofy from the beginning,
Mhm.
talking to a skeleton.
That whole beginning, I really
I
liked.
liked how they play that music when he's beating
Yeah,
the shit out of the demon things.
The whole movie, the score is really good.
I feel like you say this is the best Marvel movie opening every time we do this.
I haven't said it every time, but a lot of the times I feel like they do really good openings and like they one up
didn't
themselves.
you say? I don't remember Spider-Man's opening now that I'm talking.
I
It's
don't.
hard to remember and talk.
I
at the
didn't
same
say it
time.
for Spider-Man because that was the Avengers thing in the beginning. I said I really liked his vlog bit, but it was Guardians of the Galaxy 2. I said I really that might have been the best opening, but I think this opening's better than that. But I know I have said that a lot. It's just
I liked it.
It hasn't
I don't
been
know.
everyone.
I don't know if it's the best opening, but I liked it.
'Cause, this one, it really surprised me how it opened like that. And then I also really like, so we'll get into that in a second. Then we get a really cool fight scene. I love when he's like, "Oh, I haven't done this in a while," and then like he's trying to get beamed up, but it's not working. So then he just has to kill everything.
Yeah.
And then I really like how he puts his hammer in that dragon's mouth, and he's like, "Stay," and then starts
Yeah.
fighting all the people. Then takes it out, and finally goes. And then the title card when he gets it like goes back up into Asgard. How it says Thor Ragnarok. That, oh my God, every time. I thought that was really cool.
It was cool, and then the fucking head comes with him.
Yeah, they did a lot of cool stuff like that with like actually getting transported to
I
Asgard.
watched the first half of the movie twice because I watched it and then I started it again.
I was gonna watch it
And
twice,
then you're like,
but
"Oh,
then
Westworld's coming out. We better watch that again." I
yeah,
was
like we
"Fuck."
started doing so much other shit that I.
So I didn't ever finish the first half the second time, but like I know, like that dragon, like its head like slides up and just like slowly creeps up to those girls, and it's just like it was really cool.
yeah.
It would have been cooler for his blood instead of green stuff. But
So Thor arrives to Asgard and sees a play of Avengers / every other Thor movie going down.
and what did that remind you of?
Nothing.
Really?
What should it have reminded me of?
Well, I can't say something should remind you of something because it's your head.
Well, like what did it remind you of?
Game of Thrones.
Oh,
You don't
I
remember-
didn't think about that,
Do-
but
do you
but
remember?
I get it now. Yeah.
She's watching a play of her family. And,
Yeah, except this was a little not as sad.
Oh, that was sad for. Well, it was sad because Loki was dying and they have a fucking thing about him.
Yeah, but Thor didn't think like he figured it out very quickly.
Yeah,
like,
but
what was going
everyone in
on.
the crowd thinks it's.
Yeah, but this scene wasn't sad at all.
And it was actors like that don't look anything like him, dressed up like it was like very similar to me.
But then this is the second time Matt Damon has played Loki now.
You're stupid.
Why am I stupid? It's true.
It's because you're counting Dogma.
Well, I mean, his name is Loki in that, so
Okay,
I mean, it's got to bring up Dogma.
next.
God, you know, it's so hard to do a podcast with your father, and you just want to like punch him in the face.
I'll throw something.
I like when Loden, aka Loki, sees Thor, and they're staring there, and he looks over and sees him. He's like, "Oh shit," and like freaks out.
No, like Anthony Hopkins is a good actor. That's not like a stretch. or
Yeah, which
anything.
he almost didn't do this movie.
Really.
He wasn't gonna do it, and then he read the script, and he was like, oh, "Okay, no, I'm in."
So, like, I mean, we've seen Westworld, we've seen the other Thors, we've seen fucking Hannibal, like all that shit, Silence of the Lambs. But when he is playing his self, I guess,
Yeah,
but Loki's supposed to be
he's
inside of
being
him,
Loki as him.
it's like you really believe that's Loki.
Yeah, it's so weird. But
Yeah.
it just shows how good of an actor he is.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Yeah, that it was really good. So then after that, Thor finds out that that's Loki. He almost kills him with his hammer and all that shit. They go back to Earth to go find the father because Loki just left his father on the street.
Yeah.
And then he brought him to, was it Shady Acres?
Shady Acres, the same place where if Ben Stiller is the guy and you complain about your fingers,
You're gonna
he's
get your back's
landscaping.
gonna hurt because you're gonna get landscaping duty.
Right.
It's also in South Park and a couple other movies as well.
I don't remember the other one.
I really liked that when they got there. He's like, "Oh, I left him here." He's like, "Well, did you leave him on the corner? Or did you leave him inside the building that's being demolished?" And then when
I liked when he said he was dressed like a witch.
yeah, I did like that too. He's like, "Well, I'm not a witch." He's like, "Well, then why are you dressed like one?" So then Doctor Strange takes Loki, and then they totally make a Sherlock joke, which I didn't even know this either. So this was makes it even like double the joke. Is the place they go to is legit Doctor Strange's like address in the comics and everything,
Mm-hmm.
which is like it was like 137 Beaker Street or whatever. Which and Sherlock Holmes lives on Baker Street. So it's funny that he does play both characters. But then they actually played the Sherlock Holmes theme when they did that too.
Oh, did they really?
Yeah, I thought they totally just made up that address for the movie, and then I looked it up and I was like, oh no, that's his real address. That makes it even like weirder.
Yeah.
But then every time Doctor Strange teleports, when they're talking to each other, that was like the funniest shit ever. He's like holding Thor's holding his beer and he's like knocking into bookshelves and shit.
When I went out to get these pop figures that you yelled at me for, when I grabbed Doctor Strange, I'm like, oh, that part is so good.
Yeah,
You
like
know?
I would love to see like a movie just those two dicking around.
Oh yeah.
Because I love when he's like, all right, so you're telling me if like I help you find your father, that you and your brother and everybody else is just gonna go back up. And he's like, yeah. He's like, okay, no, I got this. And they figured it out. And I really like at the end too when Loki's like, rah, he's like, nope, and
Yeah.
like just teleports him away,
Yeah, he just sends him to fucking Norway or wherever
Yeah.
he sent him.
which is so weird. So like, you know how like in the first trailer that scene when they're in Norway, that was it filmed in an alleyway.
Yeah.
That was actually filmed there. Like that was the original place they were gonna do it. And then Taika Waititi thought that was weird, and the film would make more sense for them to be somewhere else and all that. So like, there's set footage you can see of Anthony Hopkins, like he was dressed up as like a homeless guy and all the shit, and Hella Brooks in there. So I guess most of that place there was all like green screened in,
Oh, really?
which I've heard people complain about, but I thought it actually looked pretty good. Like I thought they were legit there.
Looks fine to me.
Yeah. So we get the reveal that the goddess of death, Hela, is Thor's sister, and then Odin dies. Did you expect Odin to die in this movie?
Yes.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
I didn't expect that.
I think I knew it. I think I heard it.
Oh,
There's
really?
a few things in this movie that I knew watching.
Yeah, I heard that
which-
that Hela was his sister.
I didn't know that.
I knew that, and I knew he was gonna lose an eye
She
because
was a hell of a sister.
oh my god, because in the trailers for Infinity War he's got Odin's eye patch thing, so I figured that happened in this.
I
Um,
thought he was just trying to look like his dad. You know how when you shave your head?
no. So then Hela shows up, breaks Thor's hammer,
What's a thammer?
breaks Thor's hammer,
That was cool.
and then yeah, that was really
She's
cool.
like, you idiot.
I like how too later on he's like, oh yeah.
I liked how his umbrella was his hammer. In the
Yeah, that was weird, but really
Yeah.
cool. He's like, "Don't forget your umbrella." He's like, "Oh yeah," and it takes like 5 minutes
He's
to
like-
come to him.
Sorry.
So Hela shows up and breaks Thor's hammer, and then Loki summons. I didn't finish this thing, but he summons the Rainbow Bridge, and they go back to Asgard. And then Hela follows with them into there, knocks Thor and Loki out of the Rainbow Bridge, and then she kills all of Thor's friends.
Yeah, and basically,
Which though I think they did that partly because like that one chick, she was scheduled to do other things, so she wasn't even in the movie. She couldn't even show up. So I think it's just like, get rid of it.
well, yeah, she was a very good bad guy.
Yeah, bad girl, as they say.
Bad guy. Because it was believable. She was a badass.
Yeah.
But then really the whole movie, like 80% of the movie is them trying to get back.
Yeah, which I
Asgard.
really liked. I would have been fine with just them like, oh, we gotta get back home. And like
That's what they should have named it. Thor, gotta get back home.
I don't think as many people would go see it.
Narok.
Gotta get back home, Narok.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I did really like that though.
I was surprised they sent him to Jurassic Park, though. That part confused me.
Jurassic Park.
Isn't that why Jeff Goldblum was there?
No, that's Space Jeff Goldblum. Did you know that his character, the Grandmaster, is brother? His brother is the Collector, as I'm trying to say.
Oh, that makes sense.
Yeah, 'cause they got the white hair. There's someone else that's in the movies that's like their sister that is either in it or is gonna be in one of the movies, but I can't remember who the character
Is he
is.
Grandmaster Flash or just Grandmaster?
He's just Grandmaster. So yeah,
If he
so
was
they
Flash,
get
he'd be
knocked
really
out. So
fast.
Valkyrie shows up, which is a very funny scene. She shows up in her ship, falls out of the ship,
Yeah, she was drunk off her
and
ass.
saves Thor. Which I found out too that you know how Thor gets tased by that net. You can watch the trailer, and they did it. It was originally the net looks so different, and it's orange like tasers going through it, and then they digitally remade the net and had it be like little blue balls for the taser.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that seems so weird to me that you would do like because
Yeah.
either way they looked fine. But
Yeah.
so Valkyrie shows up, kills everybody, which was very awesome, and then takes Thor to the Grandmaster. And on his way there, we get to hear the Willy Wonka theme song.
Okay, so
That was so weird.
when they're doing that, Mom's making dinner for probably you because you're lazy and don't make your own food. And she walks. I go, wait, come here. I go, is that the Willy Wonka theme song?
And she said no.
No. As soon as she goes like this to listen, she's like, stops.
Oh really?
Yeah, and I was like, never mind. I'm
That's
not really
funny. So after that, Hela kicks ass on Asgard. That was a really really cool scene too. She just basically kills anybody in Asgard that doesn't want her to be there.
Which was everyone.
Yeah. So then Thor's being brought to the Grandmaster. They play the silly Willy Wonka song, and then
Can you say that fast 3 times?
no, and then I really liked the Grandmaster calls Thor Sparkles.
Oh, it sparkles in the Lord of Thunder.
Yeah, that was really funny. And
How
then
many times did he call him Lord of Thunder?
a lot.
Yeah.
And then I really like
He can make
Co-
sparkles.
I
come
really
out his
like
hand.
Korg, aka Doug, on here. He was very funny. I wonder if he'll be in Avengers because he's on that ship.
Is he the Rocky guy?
Yeah, which is voiced by the director.
I thought Doug was the guy that died.
I don't know.
I think Doug's the guy
Maybe,
that
maybe
died.
he's Korg and that guy's Doug.
Because they called Thor New Doug.
Oh yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
So maybe because maybe the way I wrote it down, I like Korg and Doug.
Oh, yeah.
But I really liked. I liked at the end of the movie too. He's like, "Oh no, he died. I just feel weird, like still holding him." He's like, "Oh no, everybody, he's alive." That was very. The whole guy was so weird.
It reminded me a little of Star Wars, how they just got these characters that are just like goofy as fuck.
Yeah, I could see that.
You know, like they all went to the cantina. Or
I
something.
can see like this movie, like in one of the next Guardians of the Galaxies, them bringing in like Thor and stuff like that, because they say they're gonna get more kind of spacey
Yeah.
with these movies.
Does that mean there'd be more space, or
No more Kevin Spacey.
I don't think that would go over well.
Yeah, no, I don't either. Actually,
There's like little boys getting.
okay, too far. Hela reveals that her and Odin fought together to take the 9 realms, which I actually did not see that coming, and then goes to Odin's treasure and brings back to life like the army under.
You want to hear a
Asgard.
bad joke?
Sure.
Odin didn't see it coming either. That's why he's got a patch in his eye.
Yeah, you're right. That's a bad joke.
Get it?
Yeah, no, I got it. I got it. Korg and Thor. That's a weird sentence. Korg and Thor talk about Thor's hammer, and that was very hilarious. I know that was an improv scene because I've seen like the extended version of that where they just keep going. They put that on YouTube.
Oh, really?
Yeah, that's so. He's like, and then he's like, my hammer tugged me. He's like, oh, your hammer tugged you off. And like the whole thing was just so strange.
I remember like that. That's when they were in that circle thing.
Yeah, it's when he's getting his weapons to go fight Hulk.
I remember that he said he'd flip it. It would make him fly and stuff, and he was like, "What?" And
Yeah, and then he's like, yeah, and it tugs me off, and he's like, what?
yeah.
He's like, sounds like you two had a very intimate relationship, and he's like, well, yeah, we did. So then this is the part you probably been waiting for this part the whole podcast. This one's gonna like tickle your fanny. Thor gets a haircut, and we get our 17th Stanley cameo. Burr, burr, burr.
Now don't you move. My hands aren't as steady as they used to be.
By Odin's beard, you shall not cut my hair, lest you feel the wrath of the mighty Thor. Please, kind sir, do not cut my hair. No! No!
It was stupid.
It's our last Stanley cameo that we will show in this podcast because we won't have the footage of Infinity War. So
Well, that makes it good.
yeah, we're never gonna talk about a Stanley cameo again.
That's not true. We're gonna go fucking
no,
see
because
Avengers.
we'll watch Avengers.
You bring it up.
You
in the
know,
podcast.
we're not gonna bring up. Oh, remember when Captain America died? Oh, but hold on, let's talk about Stanley cameo. Real
You
quick.
will bring it up. I guarantee it.
Now I'm not gonna on purpose because of this guy. So if you're listening to this podcast only to hear us talk about Stan Lee, you're missing out because of him now.
And next fucking month, Deadpool 2 comes out, and he'll be in that.
That's true. We're never gonna get rid of Stan Lee.
His daughter might.
Have you seen that video of him talking about how like
No.
it looks to me? It looks like because he's talking about he's like, oh yeah, my friend, the one that the other person's supposed to be elderly abusing him is from the video, and it looks like it's like from this end, like yeah, no, film it.
Really?
Like it looks like someone's putting a gun to his head. Like no, say everything's okay. Like the whole thing is weird. I mean, if it's going on, that's terrible. But
if you have to kidnap a 96-year-old fucking person,
I think he's 95, isn't he?
Oh, is he? I mean, what the fuck is wrong with you?
Yeah, I don't know. But I love how nervous Loki gets when he actually sees Thor pop out.
You mean Hulk?
Yeah, no, that's what I meant.
Oh no, yeah, totally. And I liked how excited he got when fucking Hulk like did that thing to him.
Yeah.
He's like, "Yeah, how's it feel?"
Which I didn't write this down earlier, but I just remembered this. When they were all talking to the Grandmaster on that, I liked how he got the reverse of the Avengers scene when Grandmaster's talking to Thor, and then he sees Loki, and he's like, "No, come here," and he's like, "No, that's my brother," and he's like, "Well, no," he's like, "No, yeah," and he starts all this stuff, and he's like, "Oh, well, he's adopted,"
Yeah.
and so like that, like that was very funny. We got the opposite of that. So no, I really like that. The Thor did this actually a couple times. There's one time he just kept doing it. He's like, "Will you fuck off?" Where Thor tries to pull a Black Widow on Hulk, and he's like,
"Oh yeah,
"The moon's coming down, little guy," and like does all that shit.
It was a little creepy. I gotta.
It
be
was like
honest.
almost sexual.
Yeah,
I really like
almost
that.
homosexual.
Homosexual?
Homa.
Homa.
Homo.
I don't know what's going on right now. Thor learns to channel his lightning through his body, which I was confused by this. He does this and this, and he almost beats the Hulk, and then the Grandmaster tases Thor before he can win. So he does that then, and then at the end, it's almost like he relearned it again when he was fighting Hela, remember? Because he had the whole vision with he had that Black Panther moment with his dad.
Yeah.
And he's like, "You are the hammer." But I
Well,
was
he
like,
was
"You
just
literally
got-
just did that when you were fight." Like, was it just like he was like scared and lightning came out? Like, it seemed weird to me.
Well, lightning's scary.
Because I thought he already learned this. I was like, why isn't he like learning to do his like lightning shit now? And then he relearned it.
I just think I don't think that he thought he couldn't do his lightning. I just thought he thought he needed his hammer to beat her.
No, I think the whole thing was that he didn't need his hammer to do the lightning. I think you're wrong. That's what confused. I think that was the whole point of him seeing his dad again. He's like, "Oh, I'm the hammer." I think he.
That's what I mean.
No, but I think he thought that because of the hammer, he was the god of thunder, which doesn't make sense because he gets lightning. But he gets lightning out. I think he thought it was only the hammer.
Yeah, isn't he the god of lightning?
Should be.
I never heard it thunder one time.
But because I don't know, I just thought that whole thing was weird. But anyways, we can move on. Thor wakes up, and Hulk shows him the Quinjet, and then they argue, and then Hulk calls Thor baby arms. I loved when they argued, and like Hulk's just like a giant baby, and then when Thor's like, "Yeah, everybody on Earth does think you're stupid," and he's like, and goes and sits down on the bed, and he's like, "No, it's okay, big guy."
It's funny. I found it a little like too much, but then when you compared him to a baby,
Yeah.
I was like, oh, okay, I kind of get that.
Yeah,
then.
because like at least how I envisioned it is in 2008 when Iron Man came out in The Incredible Hulk. That's when Hulk was born, or whenever they want to set it. And then like so every time it's like he only kind of ages when Bruce goes into him, which he rarely did up until that point.
Goes into him.
Yeah, that does sound weird. But that goes with my next thing I have written down here. I really like how they establish in this that Hulk and Bruce are just different people, which I actually really like that, and this is how they did
So
it.
now they'll kill him off like they killed off.
There's a rumor that in Infinity War they actually are gonna get separated because that's happened in the comics.
Really?
Yeah, 'cause that'd be so weird. I'm looking forward to the scene because it basically has to happen at this point, from like how they're showing the trailers and that. Because Bruce doesn't want to go back into the Hulk. Because remember in this movie he keeps saying if I go back into him, I'll never come back.
Yeah, yeah.
But then he does at the end. So
yeah.
I guess he doesn't at the end, but we see him in the trailer at Infinity War as Bruce. He's in the Hulkbuster suit on Wakanda, but then in the trailer we see him as the Hulk as well. So I think he's gonna bust out of the Hulkbuster suit from Bruce into the Hulk. I think that'll be a very cool scene.
Yeah, that would be cool.
That'll just be so weird, and especially because like that's kind of meant to defeat Hulk, so it'll be cool seeing that be destroyed by him too.
Yeah, that's true.
Which I guess there's a scene there. I didn't watch it because I don't want to watch their like extra shit. But I can't think of her name. Is it Shuri? Black Panther's sister.
Oh, I don't remember. her name.
But she's like talking to Bruce, like, 'cause you know how like he's like very techie. Like she's
Yeah.
like giving him advice and like they're fixing shit together.
Oh, really?
Yeah, so that'll be really neat to see.
Yeah, that would be cool. I like her a lot.
Yeah, she was one of the best.
I just
parts of
don't know
Black
her
Panther.
name.
Yeah, I think it's Shuri, but I could be completely wrong on that.
She's the next Iron Man.
Oh, that'd be kind of cool. Thor steals Valkyrie's button onto his neck, frees himself, escapes to the Quinjet, and I really like that the password to get onto it is Point Break.
That was hilarious.
And then we do get a surprise cameo by Black Widow too, which I didn't expect that on there. It's the same thing we saw
oh, yeah. I
her
was like, what?
record in Avengers 2,
Yeah.
but that was kind of neat.
Just that from the other side.
Yeah.
If you designed a jet like that and someone missed the password that many times, wouldn't you shut it down?
Not if I was Tony Stark, because he seems to be very forgetful, so I feel like that would backfire on him.
Oh, because he's like hammered or something.
And he'd be like, say something else, and be like, "Well, you're locked out," and he's like, "Fuck," and then
Yeah.
he'd blow it up or something, and create a new bad guy. So as that message
Wow,
goes
that
on,
went bad.
Yeah.
fast.
Hulk turns into Bruce, which I thought that was a very cool scene in there. He's like losing his shit inside the Quinjet,
Yeah.
going back and forth and bruising
Can't
all
be
that.
good for the jet.
Which I actually learned this is the first Hulk, I think, in cinema history, at least as long as Lou Ferrigno's been the Hulk, that he hasn't voiced the Hulk in the movies or anything.
Oh, really?
I guess every time it's been the Hulk, he's voiced it. But in this, because they want him to talk more, so like, 'cause usually just like Hulk smash and
Yeah.
shit like that. It was actually Mark Ruffalo in this movie, which I think it's probably a mix of both in the other ones, but it's always been him. This is the first one that he had nothing to do
I mean,
with.
they can do so many things with voices. Like,
Yeah, it
who
doesn't
cares?
really matter.
Yeah.
But it's so weird too, like, 'cause we've been talking about this before, how like perfect this kind of Hulk is. It looks so much like Mark Ruffalo.
Yeah, it does.
Like to me, in this one, it stuck out so much more because I think we got so much more screen
They
time of
should have
him.
made it look like Edward Norton.
That would have been weird. I was watching a video today, and the guy was talking about like, if you bring like someone random to the theater to see Infinity War, but they've only seen like 1 or 2 movies,
Mm-hmm.
and they're like, "Why is that guy the Hulk? I thought it was that one guy, Edward. What's his name? Newton." And like they're like making fun of people,
Wow.
but it's very funny. So then we learn that the Hulk has been the Hulk for 2 years at this point, and the last memory Bruce has is actually from Avengers.
Yeah.
That was a pretty cool scene because like I didn't even think about that he would have the memory and all that.
Yeah, no, it's you kind of forget how stressful it is for him to become the Hulk.
Yeah,
Because like he doesn't want to destroy everything, and
Hulk
sure,
does.
sure,
Which I mean, and it's almost like a Godzilla thing where he doesn't want to destroy. He's trying to save people, but like it's weird, you know.
yeah.
So then it was really cool when Loki went into Valkyrie's memory. That was pretty cool, I thought. And you get to see the whole Valkyrie war
Yeah, that was
against
cool.
Hela. That was a very cool scene. And then I really like Bruce and Thor's relationship. And they're sitting there talking, and he's like, "No, I like you better than Hulk," and how they're going.
Yeah.
And then
I like how he didn't buy it too.
yeah, and then when Bruce wanted to, he's like, "Oh, I'll go in disguise too. Here, I'll be Tony Stark." And he's like, "No, you're Bruce."
Yeah. My favorite part of that scene is when he was scratching his dick.
Yeah, that was weird.
He's like, his pants are so tight.
That was funny. Then he's like,
You know that wasn't in the script.
yeah. And then he's like, "You'll have never have to think about the Hulk again." And then literally there's a parade for the Hulk going by. And then I really like that Thor names his team the Revengers.
That was the lamest. That sounds like something you'd come up
And then he's like, and then she's like, "Why?" We're like, "Well, because like we're all getting revenge."
with. Yeah.
And they're just like, "Yeah, sure, whatever."
Like none of them liked it.
Yeah, and
They all went with it.
this one I really liked, because like I read that they almost actually filmed this scene, and then they thought it was funnier that to just have them talk about it. The story of Loki turning into a snake and then biting Thor because he knows I love snakes.
Oh yeah, that was weird. Like who the fuck loves snakes?
Yeah, I know. That's one of the things that like you wonder, was that improv? Because he's like, "Well, yeah, he turned into a snake because he knows that I love snakes."
Yeah.
Like it's just so weird.
Yeah.
So
It's weird that we still like Loki and Thor's relationship.
yeah,
Because I mean, you would think it would play out by this point.
yeah, 'cause it is the same shit every movie, but then
Yeah.
it has like a little bit more to it every
And
time.
then each time Loki gets a little nice, and he does something dickish.
Well, speaking of that, Loki betrays. Oh my God, Loki betrays Thor and shocks Loki. Wait,
Really, he shocked himself.
I wrote that terribly. Loki betrays Thor, and then Thor shocks Loki and takes the Grandmaster's ship. Then, in the middle of a fight, they learn the Grandmaster uses his ship for orgies.
Yeah, that was odd.
And then he's like,
Like, don't
I
touch it.
really liked when Bruce was driving, and
Sorry, Mom just left.
when Bruce was driving, and then he's like, "Oh, there's gotta be guns in here. What's this button?" And it's like,
I thought Bear was driving.
oh my God. And then I forget what it says, but it's like, "It's my birthday," or whatever, and like
Yeah,
music starts playing. He's like, "What the fuck?" And then like
Yeah.
stuff starts shooting out of the ship. It was very odd. and then-
it was a goofy fucking movie.
Yeah. So then right before, actually, Thor makes him fly, because Bruce was telling him how he has all these PhDs and shit. Thor was like, "Yeah, why don't you use one of your PhD to fly this thing?" And then Bruce is like, "It's not how it works."
Yeah.
So then they escape through the devil's anus. Did you like that?
I mean, who doesn't like the devil's anus?
He's like, "We're going through that one." And they're like, "You're gonna escape through the devil's anus?" And he's like, "Oh, I didn't know that's what it was called." So then Loki gets invited to leave with Korg, and then Hela and Thor fight. She cuts out his eye, and then Bruce turns into the Hulk and fights the giant wolf. And then this is my next note. I also really like that when Bruce jumps out of the jet, they kind of did our joke from the
Yeah.
Incredible Hulk podcast. For those who don't know, I'll insert the scene right here. Is it just me, or do they kind of ignore Mr. Blue's cure? They do all that, and he's like, "Oh, is something going on down there? I'm gonna jump out of this helicopter."
No,
and
what
they
she said-
they wait a little bit, and Lieutenant's like, "Wait, but you don't even know if you're turning." He's like, "Well, I gotta try."
I thought it was kind of cool how he just landed in the ground and then stuck his hand up. Like,
It'd have been fun. He hits the ground. Credits. They're like, "Yeah, we killed the Hulk," and now you know. See, we didn't have to do anything.
You're so retarded.
Loki and Korg show up and help the Asgardians escape. Then Thor goes full lightning, and it's so badass. I love that when he's just like.
I like their sound effects
On
a
people?
little better.
No, I'm gonna redub the movie. It's gonna be called the Jerome Cut. Thor Ragnarok, the Jerome Cut.
Yeah. I'm sure people will be lining up around the block to see that shit.
I'll line up. Thor decides that they need to cause Ragnarok, and then Loki summons the fire demon and steals the Tesseract, which they don't actually show, but we know from the trailer because he looks at it in the movie. But we know from Infinity
Yeah.
War that he actually has it. And then the fire
Well, he
demon.
walked by like 3 things, right?
Yeah, the fire demon destroys Asgard, kills Hela, which I thought that was like, that part I was like, okay, that's like almost lame, because like she's the villain, and then like they're just like, oh yeah, those two will fight, we're gonna leave. Like it was a very cool scene,
No,
but for your villain being destroyed that way, I was like,
killed by another villain.
yeah, that was.
And where
kinda
did
lame.
that guy go when he destroys the
Well, because
world?
remember at the beginning, he said, my only purpose is to destroy Asgard, and then I can finally die. So he's just gone.
Wow, that's lame too.
I liked it too, and Korg was like, oh, you know, it's not that bad to be destroyed. We can come back and we'll rebuild.
Yeah.
Yeah, never mind. That was very funny. So then they decide that they're going to head to Earth, which does not sound like a good idea to me.
No.
Which I guess, I don't know what storyline it is, but in some storyline, Thor actually does take Asgardians to like a place on Earth. So like, I don't know if they're going to do the same thing or not.
Like Seattle or something.
Maybe. So then we have some end credit scene. As Thor says everything's going to work out fine, Thanos' ship pulls out in front of them. What do you think that's leaning towards?
I don't know.
You think maybe another Avengers movie?
Maybe.
And
and then they have to fight him?
And the bad guy will be Cable?
That'd be cool.
So then the next one is this
Maybe
one.
the bad guy will be DirecTV.
God. The Grandmaster congratulates people on overthrowing him. I thought that was kind of a lame end credit scene.
Yes,
It was okay.
sort of, but I kind of liked his character.
Yeah, I did. It was glad.
So
I was glad to
weird.
see him again. I guess there's like they filmed so many extra end credit scenes, like just random things like that.
Oh, really?
Like they almost didn't use this one.
I mean, I also wouldn't have been disappointed had I never seen it before, or ever.
that end credit scene.
Yeah. I
Yeah,
mean,
but it was cool to
it's
see his
like
character
whatever.
again.
It's better than just having one, like in Homecoming.
No, there's two in Homecoming.
Well, you count Captain America.
Yeah, but not really. And yeah, that's Thor Ragnarok, everybody. We're not gonna watch the trailer like we do usually at the end of every week because
We already watched the trailer.
we literally just did like 3-4 weeks ago a trailer react. So if you want to see us watch the trailer for Infinity War, I'll put a little tag right here or whatever.
Yeah, go watch that and get us over 10,000.
Yeah, and yeah, I think that's it for this podcast. Anything
That's
else?
not it.
Oh yeah, we gotta say our favorite scenes and shit. I just took out. I
and-
just
and-
got rid of all my notes, but luckily I remember my favorite scene, so I'm just gonna go first. My favorite scene in the movie is the whole opening of the movie. The
Really?
whole bit right up until he gets to Asgard. Like that's my favorite part.
Okay, and who's your favorite person?
I'm gonna have to go
If
with.
you say Thor, I'm gonna throw my monster at you.
I'm not.
Okay.
This is the character that I think because it's our last one. We should pick our favorite MCU character out of all these movies.
Okay, after you pick a person.
I'm leaning up to that dickhead. Can you not hear this suspenseful music?
No.
Oh.
Fucking
I'm
retarded.
I'm picking the Hulk / Bruce Banner. I've picked him for 3 movies. So I'm going, and I really enjoyed him in this. Plus, I don't want to pick the main character again. And I'm going with him, and I think he's gonna be my favorite of.
Of all 18 movies, because we said 17 every time.
Yeah,
Is Hulk?
Well, I wanted to pick. I was gonna pick Spider-Man for that, but there's only been like 2 movies with him in it. So I feel like that's kind of like lame to choose that.
I would consider that lame.
So I think going by our other choices, I should pick the Hulk.
Do your top
/ Bruce.
5 right? No pressure. Top 5.
Top 5 MCU characters.
Yeah, and then you can put like little
So,
pictures every time you do
Bru-
it from 5 up.
Bruce and Hulk are the same person, so I'm just counting that. Bruce Hulk.
Yeah, I
whatever.
know how that works.
So I got Bruce Hulk.
Okay.
That's-
That's number 1 then. So
That's
you're doing it,
that's Steve Holt's brother.
but I'm stupid.
Thor. After this movie, Thor is second.
Okay.
Then Captain America. Actually, no. He's gone. Bucky. Captain America. I'm at 4 now. And
Okay.
it's hard to think of all these characters. Maybe
Walter.
No, maybe Iron Man. And then who's my last character that I like? I'm gonna say Ant-Man. Actually, I'm gonna flip Ant-Man and Iron Man.
So it goes Hulk,
Spider-Man,
Spider-Man,
Bucky,
Bucky.
Captain America, Ant-Man, Iron Man.
Isn't that 6 people?
Hulk, Bucky, Captain America, Ant-Man, Iron Man, Spider-Man. I picked 6. Whatever. Fuck you.
Okay, so I'm changing my favorite scene is with this guy.
That was a really good scene. Yeah.
And
There's
then-
a
and
lot
then
of really good
he's
scenes.
my
in this.
favorite character
Oh, in the movie. Wow. Okay.
because that
I
was
agree with that.
that stuck out like big
Yeah.
time.
That
And-
is one of the best scenes in the movie. I agree.
yeah.
Which is funny. My favorite scene doesn't actually involve the Hulk. Now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, it's odd.
But he is my favorite character in this. I loved him in this. Anytime he was in the movie, it was entertaining. Which the whole movie was entertaining, anyways. But
right.
I really liked it. That's why this is my number 2 movie.
So top 5 characters, the MCU.
Yeah.
Number 1 has to be Captain America because
Huh?
he's in my top 2 movies.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah.
So Captain America. Wow, this is kind of harder than I thought when I just.
Yeah, I told you.
spread it out.
Well, because you have to think. I mean, there's literally thousands of characters in these things.
I would go Captain America. Number 2. Wow, I kind of want to go Star Lord.
I thought of that, but then I didn't.
That sounded weird. Captain America, Star Lord. God, see, I didn't even think of Ant-Man until you said that. Captain America, Star Lord. Ant-Man, Falcon.
Oh, I didn't think about Falcon either.
And then who would be number 5? Maybe Thor, number 5.
Oh, I didn't think about Nick Fury either.
Yeah, he would be my top 5.
I like him a lot.
I like him a lot, too. But not
He's got one of my favorite scenes ever in the whole
So-
universe.
Captain America. I already forgot it. Star-Lord.
See, it's even fucking hard.
Captain America, Star-Lord, Ant-Man,
Ant-Man,
Falcon,
Falcon.
Thor. Those are my top. Those are my favorite. Like,
Okay. I think it's a good list too.
and Rocket would be up there too.
Yeah, I thought about Rocket as well.
But I like Falcon a lot.
Yeah, I do too. I mean, he's not my top 6 apparently, but
Yeah.
See, I feel
mean,
like-
you have 6 guys
but I
in
mean
your top 5.
at the same time, we literally just talked about it right now. I think if I really thought about it, it wouldn't be in that order.
No, I know it's just off the cuff.
Yeah.
If we did top 10, I would have Rocket, Winter Soldier, Black Panther.
He goes by Bucky now. He's not the Winter Soldier.
Well, whatever. I don't give a fuck. Probably Groot.
Which one? Baby.
I don't-
baby, teenage, adult.
I want to see Teenage because when he says, "I'm Groot," that is the funniest shit I've ever seen.
I'm excited for those fight scenes when everyone's fighting and he's just like, do 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 do, and like doesn't care.
But
I think that because usually he's like being little and helpful or whatever. So I just want him to do nothing. I think that would be hilarious.
But then, I mean, I want to see Rocket come up with a plan and take someone's eye again or something.
I was actually in this movie when Thor lost his eye. I'm like, oh my god, are they gonna make some kind of joke with his eye with Rocket? Because he's with the Guardians the whole movie, I think. Because they're making him a master weapon. You can see in the trailer, like he's pulling that lightning thing down. Like they're making him his
Oh,
shit.
really?
Yeah. So I was wondering if that's gonna go down in it.
I don't know. Do you know? This has nothing to do with anything. But yesterday we saw Super Troopers 2.
Which is a great movie. I recommend going and seeing it.
Great. It was really funny. I don't know if it's a great movie, but so they
Why
showed.
is he so judgmental of all my opinions, huh? Can you guys comment that down below? Any opinion I have, he's like, what? You think that, you fucking imbecile?
I did not say that.
He-
I was
he-
thinking.
He
it.
was thinking it.
I was thinking.
You could look on his face, and anytime I talk, I'm like, you know what? It's a little hot in here today. He's like, you think of that, you fucking imbecile?
Well, I mean, you just called Super Troopers 2 a great movie.
It was
The
great.
Godfather's a great
Me
movie.
and Taylor talked about it for like an hour last night.
Anyways, I had a point.
Maybe I think your point's too then.
Probably. Did you notice when they showed the trailer for Ant-Man and Wasp that Michael Pena was in it?
I noticed him in it when I first watched that.
I didn't see him the first time. And you
Oh,
were like,
really?
oh, I hope he's in it. They barely show him.
We did talk about that, but I did see him.
Oh, so you just talk about stuff that
Well, I
you...
just forgot about the trailer, but yeah, I did
Yeah.
see him. You know that purple car with the flames on it? That's in the trailer. Like, it like drives over, and like the next scene's him running away.
Sort of, yeah.
I think that he's supposed to be driving that. I think it's supposed to be like his like sweet little new ride in the movie.
Oh, you got rid of the van?
I guess, yeah.
That's disappointing.
All right, well, thanks for watching the Pleeka podcast, everybody. We'll be back next Thursday night. Actually, not really. We're going to be watching it, but maybe recording it Thursday night. So you'll probably see us next Friday morning for Avengers Infinity War. And then we're moving on to the entire Rocky series.
Oh yeah, I kind of forgot about that.
Yeah, that'll be awesome. So at the end of Avengers, you'll see us watch the trailer for Rocky, which will be so strange.
That is a little strange.
Yeah. But all right, so we're looking forward to doing that. See you guys next week for Avengers Infinity War. Peace.